Human rights watchdog Amnesty International says reports of torture and abuse by Mexican authorities have skyrocketed in the past decade. Close observers say the increase in allegations overlap with the country's war on drugs. In their new report, Out of Control, Torture and Other Ill Treatment in Mexico, the group alleges the government is complicit in the abuse. Marcela Goncalves Margerin is the advocacy director for the Americas at Amnesty International USA and joins us from Washington, D.C. Marcela, and please forgive me for butchering your name. Correct me. Feel free to do that. But welcome to Arise America. I'm glad that you're here. Just give us a rundown of the more shocking findings in this report about what's happening in Mexico.
Well, thank you for having me. Torture is immoral, illegal, and unjustifiable, no matter where it takes place. And in Mexico, it's out of control. In the past decade, there was an increase in 600% in the claims of torture. Amnesty has released this report as part of our Stop Torture campaign running globally. 64% of Mexicans fear being tortured if in detention. And the techniques reported throughout the country are consistent: near asphyxiation, sexual violence, death threats, electric shocks. These practices are widespread and unfortunately tolerated by Mexican authorities, from law enforcement officials to prosecutors and judges, even human rights commissions.
And tell me, explain that to me. Why is this being perpetrated by authorities, and why is a blind eye being turned when it's done by someone else? What's going on here? Is this just pure corruption of the government?
The increase has happened because Army and Navy have been deployed to combat organized crime, and it has been a key factor in this increase. And unfortunately, impunity runs rife in Mexico. There's need to be reforms and implementing the legislation that's already there and conforming some of their legislations to international standards.
Are any of these perpetrators ever prosecuted and punished?
Well, the last 4 years, there have been 7,000 cases of torture complaints, and only 7 cases we saw convictions.
That's astounding. So what can the international community do about this?
Well, one point that I'd like to share with your audience is that since 2008, the United States Congress has appropriated $2.1 billion toward the MERDA initiative, which is a security assistance package that the United States government provides to Mexico so it can improve its security operations and strengthen its rule of law. And there is requirements there. The government of Mexico needs to end torture and hold violators accountable. What people can do, they can go on AIUSA.org and join us to act to end torture, is sponsoring and signing a petition on behalf of Claudia Medina, which is a survivor of torture in Mexico.
Marcela, thank you for bringing this to our attention. Marcela Goncalves Margerin, thank you so much.
Thank you.